La-da. Alright. Okay, so this is gonna be my first attempt at Metal Gear Solid. Well, not first attempt, but rather first time streaming this. It's been a while. Ooh, that sound is something else. I wish I knew how to fix it. Let me see if I can fix this. Give me 1 second. Alright. So, yeah, there's no sound yet. I haven't turned it on. Not yet, anyway. But we're trying this out. Audio's too loud, so in my case, I'm just gonna have to lower the volume. Check.
That the government turn over the remains of
Loud.
and they say that if their demands are not met within 24
Okay, I think
hours,
this is good.
they'll launch a
I can deal with
nuclear
this.
weapon.
Yep, this looks good.
You'll have two mission objectives. First, you're to rescue DARPA Chief Donald Anderson and the president of Armstech, Kenneth Baker. Both are being held as hostages. Secondly, you're to investigate whether or not the terrorists have the ability to make a nuclear strike and stop them if they do.
Alright,
What's
we're going to
We'll approach the disposal facility by sub.
mute this real quick.
And then we'll launch a one-man SDV. After the
Alright. Let's get back to business. Wait for this thing to load and we should be fine. Come on. Show me the noise.
psychic abilities.
There it is.
Sniper Wolf, the beautiful and deadly sharpshooter. Decoy Octopus, master of disguise.
Okay, we're gonna skip this.
Giant
Only because we're gonna see it again later. Sort of.
Specialist.
It's like a, if I remember correctly, it's kind of like an over voiceover. Yeah, it's a voiceover for start. There you go. I wonder if it's saved last time. That's the one. Yep. Alright, cool. I tested out some quick VR missions just to see. Anyway, so we're going to briefing. This is like about 30 minutes worth. It's great. Freaking love it.
It's been a long time, Snake.
I should have known you were behind this, Colonel.
That's no way to greet an old war buddy, Snake.
What do you want from me?
I just invited you here so we could have a talk.
Invited? That's what you call sending armed soldiers after me?
Sorry if they were a little rough with you. But we've got a serious situation here. Only you can get us out of it.
I'm retired from Foxhound. You're not my commander anymore, and I don't have to take orders from you or anyone else.
You will take these orders. I know it.
Excuse me.
Who's this?
Dr. Naomi Hunter. She's chief of Foxhound's medical staff and an expert in gene therapy.
Are you military?
No, civilian. I've been sent here from ATGC. Pleasure to meet you, Snake. Don't worry, this injection won't hurt a bit.
What's the shot for?
What's wrong? You don't like shots?
Snake, listen up. It all went down 5 hours ago. Heavily armed soldiers occupied Shadow Moses Island, a remote island off the coast of Alaska.
What soldiers?
Next generation special forces, led by members of Unit Foxhound. They've presented Washington with a single demand, and they say that if it isn't met, they'll launch a nuclear weapon.
A nuclear weapon?
I'm afraid so. You see, the island is the site of a secret nuclear weapons disposal facility.
Foxhound hijacking a nuclear weapon?
Now you understand how serious the situation is. You'll have 2 mission objectives. First, you're to rescue the DARPA chief, Donald Anderson, and the president of Armstech, Kenneth Baker. They're both being held as hostages.
Those are some heavy-duty hostages.
Secondly, you're to investigate whether or not the terrorists have the ability to launch a nuclear strike, and stop them if they do. Any questions, Snake?
Questions? I haven't even said whether I'd accept this mission.
Well, you can make up your mind after you hear more about the situation.
Well, let's hear more about the situation. Infiltration method. Those VCR sounds, though.
Disposal facility.
The disposal facility includes a hardened underground base. Even with our most advanced intelligence gathering equipment, we can't tell what's happening inside.
So someone needs to penetrate, gather intelligence, and report back. Sounds like a spy movie. What's the insertion method?
Well, an air insertion is impossible.
Not with this storm going on.
We'll approach the disposal facility by sub.
Approach?
Yes, within a few miles of it. The facility is equipped with sonar detection capabilities. They'd be able to hear our engine or propeller noise.
And then?
We'll launch a one-man SDV.
Launch?
Same as a torpedo.
Hi, Irie.
It has no
Thanks for
propulsion
dropping by.
device of its own. After the SDV
How does
gets
it
as
sound?
close as it can,
Like my
dispose
microphone
it. From
versus
there on,
the
you'll
game.
have to swim.
You want me to swim in
Thank
sub-zero
you.
Alaskan water?
Don't worry.
It's just for this
That
game,
suit
obviously.
represents the latest advances in polythermal
So,
technology.
okay.
The nuclear
That's good.
weapons
It's good to know.
disposal facility
That's
covers
what I
the
was
whole
aiming
island.
for.
I'll instruct you by codec after you reach
Thanks.
your target.
You can go back to doing your stuff
As
now.
usual, this is a one-man infiltration mission.
Weapons and equipment OSP?
Yes, this is a top-secret black op. Don't expect any official support.
That's what I was hoping for. Alright, one more. Well, not one more. We're gonna go for all the briefing cutscenes here.
What's the time limit?
24 hours. They say they'll launch after 24 hours.
Do they say what the target will be?
So far, they haven't mentioned the target.
When did the countdown start?
5
Thanks,
hours
Irie.
ago.
Alright, so that's our time limit. 24 hours. But it's not really. I've played this going beyond. Just because I was fucking around. Person in charge of the operation.
Who are you speaking for?
Naturally, I'm representing the U.S. government.
So who's in supervisory control of this operation?
The President of the United States.
Which means that the President must be meeting with his top aides in the map room about now, huh?
No, at this point they're still video conferencing with each other.
If that's a real nuclear warhead, shouldn't they issue a COG?
Not yet. The Secretary of Defense has operational control and is fully aware of the situation. After you infiltrate, if you determine they possess nuclear launch capabilities, a COG will be issued.
Well, if they haven't relocated to the nuclear shelter under Mount Washington, I suppose there isn't that much reason to worry yet. Is the National Security Agency in on this?
Yes. So is the DIA, the Defense Intelligence Agency.
The DIA? I'm starting to get a bad feeling about this.
They'll be sending us some support.
We don't need desk jockeys. We need a nuclear weapons specialist.
Of course. A nuclear weapons specialist has already been assigned to us.
I do believe her name is some kind of Natasha something. Ah, here you go. We'll find out.
We need backup from a specialist. I'm just an amateur when it comes to nuclear weapons.
I know. That's why I've requested the assistance of a military analyst named Nastasha Romanenko.
Nastasha.
She'll be providing you backup by Kodak.
A female analyst?
She's built up an impressive record as an advisor for the Nuclear Emergency Search Team. Contact her if you have any questions. She's also an expert on high-tech weapons.
Where's she working from?
At her home in Los Angeles.
California. Seems like 1,000,000 miles away.
Pretty cool. Roy Campbell.
Colonel, you're retired. Why are you involved in this?
Because there aren't many people who know Foxhound as well as I do.
Is that really the only reason?
I've been soldiering for a long time. I don't know anything else. I guess even though I'm getting a little old, I still love to be in the field.
Colonel, you're a lousy liar. Tell me the real reason.
Okay, Snake. Sorry. I'll be frank. A person very dear to me is being held hostage.
Who is it?
My niece, Meryl.
Meryl.
What was your niece doing here?
Several soldiers were reported missing the day of the revolt. And my niece was one of those called in as an emergency replacement.
She looks like you.
She's my little brother's girl. He died in the Gulf War, and since then I've been watching after her.
A personal motive, Colonel. That's not very soldierly.
I'm retired. I'm just an old man now. And I'm your friend.
Since when are we friends?
I've thought of us as friends since the fall of Zanzibar.
With my personality, I don't have too many friends.
That's what I trust about you. It's what makes you human. Please, Snake. Save my niece, Meryl.
All right. But I have two conditions.
Name them.
1, no more secrets between us. I want complete disclosure at all times. And 2, I'll only accept orders directly from you, Colonel. No cutoffs involved, okay?
Agreed. That's why I was called. But one thing.
What?
I'm not a colonel anymore. Just a retired old warhorse.
I understand, Colonel.
Alright. Dr. Naomi.
That doctor, is she part of this operation too?
She was in charge of Foxhound's gene therapy. She knows more about those men than anyone else.
You mean you've seen them naked?
Make no mistake, I'm not a nurse. I'm a scientist.
By the way, what was that injection for?
It's a combination of nanomachines and an anti-freezing peptide so that your blood and other bodily fluids don't freeze, even at subarctic temperatures.
Never trusted nanomachines.
Not just one kind, either. There are different types which will replenish the supply of adrenaline, nutrition, and sugar in your bloodstream.
Oh, now I don't have to worry about food.
I also put some nootropics in there.
Say what?
Nootropics. A class of drugs which will help improve your mental functioning.
It'll make me smarter, huh? Anything else?
Yes. Benzedrine. It's a type of stimulant. It'll keep you alert and responsive for 12 straight hours.
That was quite a cocktail. Anything else in there?
Those nanomachines will also keep your Codex batteries charged up.
Well, I guess I can call you when I'm ready to go on a diet.
You're welcome.
So much sass from Snake. Alright. Detailed information. Ooh, there's a lot.
The chief of DARPA and the president of an arms manufacturing company. What business did they have at a nuclear weapons disposal facility?
The truth is that secret exercises were being conducted at the time the terrorist group attacked.
Must be extremely important exercises if those two were directly involved. Were they testing some kind of new advanced weapon?
I'm not privy to that information.
Do we know exactly where they're being held?
The DARPA chief has also been injected with a mini transmitter. As you get closer, you should be able to pick up his location on your radar.
Do they really have the ability to launch a nuclear missile?
They say they do. They even gave us the serial number of the warhead they plan to use.
Was the number confirmed?
I'm afraid so. At the very least, they've got their hands on a real nuclear warhead.
Isn't there some kind of safety device to prevent this type of terrorism?
Yes. Every missile and warhead in our arsenal is equipped with a PAL, which uses a discrete detonation code.
PAL.
Permissive Action Link. The safety control system built into all nuclear weapons systems. But even so, we can't rest easy.
Why not?
Because the DARPA chief knows the detonation code.
But even if they have a nuclear warhead, it must have been removed from its missile. All the missiles on these disposal sites are supposed to be dismantled. It's not that easy to get your hands on an ICBM.
That used to be true. But since the end of the Cold War, you can get anything if you have enough money and the right connections.
How well armed are these terrorists? I know there was an exercise going on at the time they revolted.
They're heavily armed, I'm afraid.
What about their battle experience?
The 6 members of Foxhound in charge are all hardened veterans. They're tough enough to eat nails and ask for seconds.
I wouldn't expect anything less from Foxhound.
The others are next-generation special forces. They're not your average grunts either.
So what exactly are they demanding?
A person's remains.
Remains?
That's right. To be more accurate, cell specimens which contain the individual's genomic information.
Big boss.
Why would they want that?
The terrorists need them. You see, these next-generation special forces have been strengthened through gene therapy.
Strengthened?
You've heard of the Human Genome Project. They've been mapping the human genome, and they're nearly finished. Following up on this research, the military has been working towards identifying those genes which are responsible for making effective soldiers.
There are genes that do that?
Yes. And using gene therapy, they're able to transplant those genes into regular soldiers.
Gene therapy?
I'll explain this part. With gene therapy, we can remove those genes which we know may lead to sickness or disease, and at the same time splice in genes with beneficial effects, such as resistance to cancer, for example.
In other words, we can overcome all sorts of genetic diseases, and at the same time add genetic characteristics as desired.
Okay. And so if you knew what genes were responsible for making the perfect soldier, you could implant them in the same way, right?
Yes, we could.
But it all depends on being able to isolate and identify those soldier genes.
And in order to do that, it's helpful if you can study the genomic information of one of the greatest soldiers ever.
Gee, I wonder who that is.
One of the greatest soldiers ever?
The man they call the greatest warrior of the 20th century.
You don't mean Big Boss.
That's right. We've been working feverishly to identify the genes responsible for his incredible combat skill. So far, we've discovered about 60 of the so-called soldier genes.
So his body was recovered after all.
Yes, and his cells have remained frozen in a cryo chamber. His genomic information is a priceless treasure to mankind.
Priceless to the military, perhaps.
His body was burned severely, but it was possible to restore his DNA profile from just a single strand of his hair.
You people are amazing. And then you're gonna transplant those genes into soldiers?
Yes. We'll use a process that I discovered called gene targeting. The strongest soldiers don't become what they are by acquiring their skills through training or experience. We now know that hereditary factors are far more crucial for creating superior soldiers.
Snake, we can't give them his body. It's potentially more dangerous than all the nuclear warheads on that island put together.
I hear the terrorists are calling themselves the Sons of Big Boss.
The Sons of Big Boss? Tell me about these next-generation special forces.
They started out as an anti-terrorist special ops unit, made up of former members of biochem units, technical escort units, and the nuclear emergency surge team. Their purpose was to respond to threats involving next-generation weapons of mass destruction, including NBC weapons.
Until they were added, that is.
Who's they?
These guys didn't start out as regular army.
Looks like a pretty international group. Mercenaries?
Yeah, and it gets worse. Most of them were from a merc agency that I think you're familiar with. They were part of Big Boss's private guard. And after Big Boss went down, the military just bought out all their contracts.
Outer heaven.
After that, they were merged with our own VR unit, Force 21, and retrained. If you ask me, these so-called next-generation special forces should be called simulated soldiers. They have no real battle experience.
Video game players, huh?
Don't forget they've all been strengthened with gene therapy. They carry genes which make them excellent soldiers. Don't get careless just because they don't have much experience.
I thought using genetically modified soldiers was prohibited by international law.
Yes, but those are just declarations, not actual treaties.
The interesting thing is that nearly every member of the unit conspired in this attack.
Interesting.
How could an entire unit be subverted to rebellion?
They're calling it a revolution.
Since they all went through the same gene therapy, they probably felt closer than brothers. They see the unit as their only family.
The Sons of Big Boss. But if they were regular army, they must have been interviewed periodically by army counselors.
According to their files, they all got straight A's on their psychological tests. They all seemed like fine, upstanding, patriotic soldiers.
But they all took part in the uprising?
No, several people didn't show up on the day of the exercise. That's why there was a resupply of troops.
Was there any sign recently that something might be wrong?
There was a report a month ago that they were acting strangely.
Apparently they consulted classified information about the soldier genes and performed their own gene therapy experiments.
They can do that even without you?
Well, our gene therapy process is almost completely automated. And besides that, they're all geniuses with IQs over 180.
Even the existence of this genome army is a national secret of the highest order. We've been hoping to investigate this thing quietly and deal with it behind closed doors.
Unit Foxhound.
High-tech Special Forces Unit Foxhound. Your former unit, and one that I was a commander of. An elite group combining firepower and expertise. They're every bit as good as when I was commanding them.
So they're still around.
There are 6 members of Foxhound involved in this terrorist activity. Psycho Mantis, with his powerful psychic abilities. Sniper Wolf, the beautiful and deadly sharpshooter.
I think I'm gonna have a problem with Psycho Mantis. I don't know how to change my port.
Vulcan Raven, Giant and Shaman. And Revolver Ocelot, specialist in interrogation and a formidable gunfighter.
Looks like a lovely bunch of folks. Too bad we'll be meeting under these circumstances.
And finally, in charge of them, Foxhound's squad leader,
Liquid Snake.
Liquid Snake?
Yes. And you're the only person who can stand against him.
Liquid Snake.
Liquid Snake. The man with the same codename as you.
Tell me what you know.
He fought in the Gulf War as a teenager, the youngest person in the SAS. His job was to track down and destroy mobile Scud missile launching platforms. You were there too, I believe. Didn't you infiltrate Western Iraq with a platoon of Green Berets?
I was just a kid myself back then.
The details are classified, but it seems that originally he penetrated the Middle East as a sleeper for the SIS.
He was a spy for the British Secret Intelligence Service?
But he never once showed his face in Century House. He was taken prisoner in Iraq, and after that there was no trace of him for several years. After you retired, he was rescued and became a member of Foxhound.
I thought that by the time I left, they were no longer using code names.
I don't know his real name. That information is so highly classified that even I can't look at it. Here's a photo of him. Pretty shocking, huh? His skin tone is different, but otherwise you two are exact duplicates.
I have a twin?
I don't know the details, but it seems so. That's why we really need you for this mission.
You're the only one who can beat him. Now that I've met you, I know. You've got something that he doesn't. I can see it in your eyes.
Why don't I find that thought more comforting?
Nice. I think we're ready. Oh no! Press the button.
I need to borrow your scissors.
Oh,
What are you going to do?
that's
Don't
new.
worry, I'm just gonna clean myself up a little.
I don't remember that.
I don't want to be mistaken for the leader of the terrorists.
So he cut his hair. Alright. Check at the options. I don't know when checks that anymore. Oh well, it's not working. Yeah, I'm gonna have trouble with Psycho Mantis later in the game. I don't know if I can switch ports. Alright. Here we go. Jumping in. Normal. We're not looking to challenge ourselves or be bored and easy with it either.
Stay alert. It'll be through here. I know it. I'm going to swat down a couple of bothersome flies.
Snake. Colonel, can you hear me?
Loud and clear. What's the situation, Snake?
Looks like the elevator in the back is the only way up.
Just as I expected. You'll have to take the elevator to the surface, but make sure nobody sees you. If you need to, contact me by codec. The frequency is 140.85. When you want to use the codec, push the select button. When we need to contact you, the codec will beep. When you hear that noise, press the select button. The codec's receiver directly stimulates the small bones of your ear. No one but you will be able to hear it.
Got it. Okay, I'm ready to go.
Alright, cool. Let's pick up the ration. And we keep going. It's not a speed run, but we're going through the story though. I could have gone and, like, strangled him to death.
What was that noise?
Huh? What was that noise? Woo! Baby. Way. No, I can't go there. There's no full tilt, so... Oh shit. I don't remember that. Crap.
Snake, there's an elevator there you can take up to the ground. You'll just have to wait for the elevator to come down. You better hide somewhere.
I'm aware. Just Campbell. Got it. I think I'll go all the way till the helicopter scene. I think. There they are. And up the elevators. What's up, son? And here it is. Yoji Shinkawa. Title! Title! Show the title. Come on. Hey man, Z-Baron, thanks for dropping by. Yeah, dude. This is one of my favorite games when I was a kid. I played it so much I got a tuxedo. Unlock the tuxedo and the other stuff. Well, obviously there's like 2 other playthroughs. Depends. Stealth and the bandana. But when you play a lot, you get the tuxedo. How's it going, man? Hope you're having a good morning. I'm not skipping cutscenes either, or conversations. So this is gonna be a long game.
It's Snake. I'm in front of the disposal facility.
Excellent, Snake. Age hasn't slowed you down one bit.
Not
Thanks to the VR training I did on board the Discovery.
Not one bit.
How's that sneaking suit working out?
I'm nice and dry, but it's a little hard to move.
Bear with it. It's designed to prevent hypothermia.
Norway.
This is
Wow.
Alaska, you know.
It's
Take it easy, I'm great.
pretty far, man.
If it
I'm
weren't for
all
your
the way
suit
out
and
here
your
in
shell, I
Cali.
would have turned into a popsicle
So
up
yeah, it's afternoon.
Anti-freezing peptide, Snake. All
Wait,
of
you
the
never
genome
got the
soldiers and
stealth?
special
Come on, you
sizes
must have
can
gotten the stealth
there.
camo.
I see. I'm relieved to hear that. Already
But that
tested, huh?
getting the stealth
By the
camo
way, how's the
means like
diversionary operation
sacrificing your pride,
Two F-16s just took off from Galena and are headed your way. The terrorist radar should
which
have
is
already
pretty much
picked them
giving up in the torture. Since this is just going to be a one playthrough. Of course, we're not gonna give up, you know.
Behind D.
Button mashing techniques of the torture.
What's a Russian gunship doing?
But after that, I'll also be
But it looks like our little
I'll also be
diversion got their
doing
attention.
Metal Gear Solid 2,
Now's
Sons
your
of
best
Liberty,
chance to slip
and
unnoticed.
MGS3, Snake Eater. I'll try to unlock all possible cutscenes for that one too. So, and no skipping, nothing. I'm amazed of how much information they actually got into a game like this back in, you know, just back in the 2000s. Alright. Oh wait, there's another conversation. It's like Kodak and Mei Ling.
There are only 18 hours left until their deadline. You've got to hurry.
Wow, you must be crazy to fly behind in this kind of weather.
Who's that?
Oh, sorry. I haven't introduced you to yet. This
Before-
is Mei Ling. She's
before
a
there
Flying
was
Forces
Mei in
visual
Overwatch,
data
there was
processing
Mei Ling.
specialist. She designed your codec, as well as your Soliton radar system. Contact her if you have any questions about either of them.
Nice to meet you, Snake. It's an honor to speak to a living legend like yourself. What's wrong?
Nothing.
Smooth
I just didn't
moves.
expect a world-class designer of military
Here it
technology
is.
to be so
Cute.
You're just flattering me.
No, I'm serious. Well, I know I won't be bored for the next 18 hours.
Come on.
This
I can't
guy.
believe I'm being hit on by the famous Solid Snake. But I'm surprised. You're very frank for a trained killer.
Looks like we both have a lot to learn about each other.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to learning about the man behind the legend. But first, let me explain about your Soliton radar system.
Which
The
we're
bright
dropping
dot in the
in Metal
middle
Gear
is
Solid
you,
4.
Snake. The red dots are your enemies, and the blue cone shape represents their field of vision. Be careful, Snake. The genome soldiers have highly developed senses of hearing and vision due to their gene therapy. Make sure you don't let them see you.
First, I want you to infiltrate the disposal site and look for the DARPA chief.
The DARPA chief was injected with the same GPS transmitting nanomachines as you. He should appear on your radar as a green dot.
Get whatever information you can from him about the terrorists. If he's alive, that is.
Snake, your radar isn't affected by the weather, but if you're discovered by an enemy, you won't be able to use it.
Yes, it gets jammed easily, I'm afraid.
Yes, it's all made from currently existing technology. You won't be able to use it in an area with strong harmonic resonance, so be careful.
We'll be monitoring your movements by radar, so contact us by codec anytime you want.
Got it. I'll call if I'm feeling lonely.
Seriously, Snake, we're here to back you up, so call if you need some information or advice. I'm also in charge of your mission data. Contact me if you want me to record your current status. My frequency is 140.96.
Man, I remember the trick where you have to look at the box just to
Don't
find out what
forget it.
Meryl's
Remember,
frequency
except
is.
for your binoculars, you're naked. You need to arm yourself with whatever weapons you can find.
I remember. First, I'm strip searched by Dr. Naomi here, and then all my weapons are taken away. Imagine yourself put in that position.
Well, if you make it back in one piece, maybe I'll let you do a strip search on me.
Oh,
Damn,
you did that,
Snake.
Doctor. By the way, sorry to disappoint you, but I did manage to smuggle out my smokes.
How did you do that?
In my stomach. Thanks to the shot you gave me that suppressed my stomach acids.
Cigarettes? How are those going to help you?
You
Oh, yeah.
never know.
You never know.
If you want to get in, there's the front door. It's the fastest way, but there's too much risk of being spotted by the enemy.
I can't just knock on the door and ask them to let me in. There's one sentry on the left and one on the right. They're armed with 5.56ers and pineapples.
I'm also gonna try to save in every area, just so I can get that mailing conversations.
What about the air duct?
That is
near
if I'm
the
not in a
door?
hurry.
There should also be a duct on the second floor.
So, first floor, second floor. My first playthrough went to the second floor.
I can't see it from here.
I think I prefer that. We'll see.
I'll let you decide the best COA. I'm counting on you, Snake.
Alright, let's get going.
You caught Snake?
Man, I remember you have to
Snake,
like
remember what the goal
pick your
said.
blocks.
The graveyards are full of indispensable men. Snake, you're all alone and surrounded by bad guys. Try to be careful and avoid getting into a fight whenever you can.
You're right. Wow, you know all sorts of great quotes, don't you?
Well, both my parents are from Guangdong, China, but I was born and raised in America. I've always liked reading literature from both sides. Kinda keeps me in touch. I'll share some more quotes with you if you like.
I'm looking forward to it. But to
Metal
tell
Gear
you the
Solid
truth,
2 movies.
I'd like to learn more about you.
No, wait.
Well,
I think that was
I'll think about it.
Snake Eater. It was just drama in the other one. Anyway. Let's try to get the box. Ooh, now? No, not now. Hold on. Okay, you have that. If I remember correctly, pass now. Alright, got a chaff grenade. Alright, cool. There's also something here, I just don't remember what. Surveillance camera? Alright, okay, cool. Will I be seen? I honestly don't remember. Let's find out. Cool. Hooray for 3D. Alright. And we're off. Got one guy who's sleeping there. I don't need the chaff. I always keep the ration on just in case I get shot. Skipper and I will. Why did Solid Snake give up his lifelong dream of selling, lifelong dream of making clocks? I don't know, Sky Nugget. Thanks for dropping by, though. But why? Tell me. Oh shit! He kept breaking all the Metal Gear. Oh my god, that's the first time I've ever heard that. I dig it, man. That shit is fucking okay. You know what? That's I'm laughing too hard on that one. You stupid dog. Welcome to my stream. I welcome all kinds of stupidity. So calm. Here it is. Alright. The easy one is under that guy. The hard one is under this camera. Shit. Shit. Alright, cool. Okay. If I remember correctly, there's a guy up here. Did you hear that Solid Snake used to be an Orthodox Jew? He did his best to shadow Moses. I'm a big fan of the series. How come I've never heard of these jokes? That's just funny, dude. Okay. Hold on. Yeah, I gotta sneak my way out. Huh? Okay. Yeah. Should I go through this playthrough without killing? Oh shit! Damn it! Ah! I'm probably gonna die. No. Alright. Wait, is there... Might as well, I mean... Alright, so there's nothing here. Those guys are knocked out over. I guess not! And I have no bullets. Screw it. I'm out. Bye! Oh god. Ugh. How many times have you beat the game? I've beat the game a lot of times back when I was a kid. A long time ago. Now I'm just like, you know what, I feel it. I'm gonna run through the entire Metal Gear series and start playing this stuff, man. I'm not trying to do... I'm not skipping any cutscenes, nothing. It's also not gonna be a speedrun. I'm not trying to play it perfect. I just wanna sit back, relax, and enjoy the game, and maybe like get some more information of, like, maybe I missed something in the story. I believe you, you know, but I'm not trying to do the challenge to be the to give myself a heart attack. I'm just trying to enjoy this game once again because it's one of the games that I love, man. And welcome to the chat, Rhino Spaceship.
I've lived in Alaska longer than you, so call me if you have any questions about the flora or fauna out here.
I know who you are.
It's 141.80.
141.80. So I'm pretty sure he's like he's gonna give me like information on how to sneak and stuff. Weapons would be the Nastasha, which I don't have yet. I'm sure there's actually a way that you can call Nastasha like right away, if I remember correctly. I just don't remember her frequency. How many times? It's been on hard. Makes sense. I love the game. I've played and beat it countless times. It's the best. It is, man. I was surprised. Like one of my last playthroughs, he was wearing a tuxedo when he took off his gear. It was just like, what? Some James Bond thing is like, that's pretty awesome.
What about the vent shaft cleaning?
They just opened the vent covers. They're about to start spraying for rats.
First floor basement ventilation shaft.
141.52. Damn.
Done spraying.
I don't know if you googled that, but if that was on top of your head, man,
Don't get careless now.
kudos to you, sir.
Did something happen?
There's an intruder.
Ah, Johnny Sasaki.
He's already done 3 people.
Not given a name until later. It's kind of funny.
Yeah. Say he's using stealth too.
Stealth.
If you guys know any Easter eggs that we can look for, you know, we'll do it.
I want you to increase the security.
I don't think I
detail
know
in
all
chief.
of it. I mean, I don't think there was a lot in this game either. I know there's some, but nothing comes to mind. Alright, let's call Nastasha. 141.52. Nope. 52. Damn. It's on point,
With you, Solid Snake.
You're the nuclear specialist that the Colonel mentioned?
That's me. You can ask me anything about nukes that you want. I am also a military analyst, so I have an extensive knowledge of weapon systems as well. They asked me to participate in this operation as a supervisor from the Nuclear Emergency Search Team. I was happy to accept. We must not allow terrorists to get their hands on nuclear weapons of any kind. I hope I can help you to stop them.
You're a tough lady.
Those terrorists
She always
are
talks with a
serious
cigarette in
about
her
launching
mouth.
a
Of course
nuclear
she's a
weapon.
tough lady.
The world cannot stand by
She's also
idly
Russian.
and allow that to happen, and neither can I. Unfortunately, all I can do from here is provide you with information.
Hopefully that'll be enough. Another soldier here wouldn't make a difference anyway. It's good to work with you, Nastasha.
Same here, Snake.
Snake's harem. Alright, nothing there. Let's see. Camera. I think this is where you get like thermal goggles or something. Or it could be the mine detector. Call her when you're smoking cigarettes. She gives into and I just use Legit used what she says in a project about smoking. Interesting. When you say project, like you did something in school? Or college or something? Okay, we're not gonna go through that. I need my rations. Okay, hold on one second. Well, no! I didn't want to call her.
The nuclear weapons disposal facility
Circle, axis,
was
triangles,
built
man.
at the beginning of this century. It was made only to temporarily.
I'm gonna skip this one. Alright.
Press the
That's pretty
action
cool.
button to drop
Alright, I'll
down.
do that. I'll do that like right when I get here. But once I get that ration, because I just got shot like so many times, and everyone knows that when you get shot, all you have to do is eat. God, I hate these loud floors.
Use the elevator to change floors. There should be a cargo elevator that you can take down somewhere around there. Try to find it.
Yeah. Okay. Just wanted to make sure I didn't call him. No, I'm not gonna call anyone yet. Let's go smoke first. Well, I'm gonna call my link first to save. Like I said, every new area.
You found out where the DARPA chief is. With his nanomachine transmitter, he should show up as a green dot on your radar when you
Spoilers.
get close. Try to find him.
Save. I don't need a new block.
Come on, Snake, you can do it.
Oh, really? No, no quotes? Alright, so I'm smoking. Let's call Natasha.
Nuclear weapons, nuclear reactors,
there's nothing.
hazardous waste. We are constantly being exposed to plutonium and other radioactive materials.
Oh, okay.
Compared
There it
to
is.
that, smoking seems not so bad, no?
Okay. Alright. Okay, so I don't need the chaff. Is this a free one? Is this a free... No, it ain't. This is the free one. Alright. Thermal goggles. Alright. Anyone out here? Nope. She has a couple. All right, I'll check. I'll try it again later. I'm pretty sure that there's a part in the game again that I actually have to use the cigarettes. So, is this a free door? No, it's not. I actually was not expecting to go all the way in that one. Okay, hold up. No, too late. It looks all the way to the corner. Okay. And I believe there's something under the stairs. Yep, SOCOM bullets. First bullets. And I think I'm gonna crawl. No, I don't have to crawl through anything here. It's the same entrance. Okay, it's one guy. Is there anything else? Is there anything under the tanks? I don't remember. Let's find out. Oh, nothing here. Okay. Come on. Keep moving. Nothing to see here. Alright, cool. There's another guy? You have to press it twice, see? Yeah, you don't have to wait for it. And they'll never see you inside either. I think I'm supposed to go to B2? I don't quite remember. Alright. Oh, well, I'm already here. And try not to stop in those, I know there's like trapdoors here. They don't get you if you keep going. So comp bullets. I'm not gonna use them until I have suppressors. I'm gonna try my best not to kill anybody. Don't turn. Alright, cool. Didn't turn. That's fine. And B1 it is. We're gonna go all the way to the first gunfight, and then we should be fine.
Look at the radar. It's picking up the DARPA chief. He's the green dot. Hurry and rescue him.
Alright, let's go. What do we got? What do we got? There it is. It's decoy sorry, the DARPA chief. Spoilers. That's 6. Door you can't go through. Press the action button.
Snake, if you...
We're gonna skip those weird tutorials. There you go. I want my rations. Alright, cool. I'm gonna save with melee. Let's see if there's anything there.
Look at the radar.
Yes, I know. Save.
Come on, Snake. You can...
Boo. I want a quote. Alright, let's see here. I know we can look at Meryl. Like right now? Oh no, it's Johnny.
Oh, kinda damn cold.
I am not. I am actually playing on an emulator on a PC. So I'm gonna have trouble with Decoy Octopus. I don't know how. No, not Decoy, but I'm gonna have trouble with Psycho Mantis because I don't know how that's gonna work out. I'm sure there's a way for me to change the virtual plugin into something else, but all in all, I think I should be fine. Right, spaceship. Cool name, by the way, Rhino Spaceship. It's like alien rhinos from space. How you doing this lovely... What is it today? Is it Wednesday? Yeah, I think it's a Wednesday. Is that a woman?
Is that a woman?
Yep.
Not him.
Not him. Yeah.
Snake, the DARPA chief's signal is coming from...
Alright, here comes a long
Isn't
cutscene.
there some place to drop down? Take a look around in first-person view mode.
That's the plan. Oh, damn it. Up also calls him?
Snake.
Jeez. Alright. Long cutscene. Here we go. Wait, is there anything here? No, nothing here. Yeah, this is gonna be a long cutscene. While that's happening, I'm gonna be in the little boy's room. I'll be right back.
Who's that?
I'm here to save you. You're the DARPA chief, Donald Anderson, right?
You here to save me, huh? What's your outfit?
I'm the pawn they sent here to save your worthless butt.
Really? It's true. You don't look like one of them. In that case, hurry up and get me out of here.
Slow down. Don't worry. First, I want some information about the terrorists.
The terrorists?
Do they really have the ability to launch a nuke?
What are you talking about?
The terrorists are threatening the White House. They say if they don't accede to their demands, they'll launch a nuclear weapon.
Sweet Jesus.
Is it possible?
It's possible. They could launch a nuke.
How do they plan to launch? I thought this place was just for keeping the dismantled warheads. They shouldn't have access to a missile.
What I'm about to tell you is classified information. Okay?
We're conducting exercises with a new type of experimental weapon. A weapon that will change the world.
What?
A weapon with the ability to launch a nuclear attack from any place on the face of the Earth. A nuclear-equipped walking battle tank.
Metal Gear. It can't be.
You knew? Metal Gear is one of the most secret black projects. How did you know that?
We've had a couple of run-ins in the past. So that's the reason you were here at this disposal site?
Why else would I come to a godforsaken place like this?
I had heard the Metal Gear project was scrapped.
On the contrary, it's grown into a huge joint project between ArmsTech and ourselves. We were going to use this exercise as raw data and then proceed to mass production. If it hadn't been for the revolution.
Revolution?
Rex has fallen into the hands of terrorists.
Rex?
Metal Gear Rex. The code name for the new Metal Gear prototype. They're probably already finished arming the warhead they plan to use with Rex. These guys are pros. They're all experienced in handling and equipping weapons.
Hey! Shut up in there, will ya?
But I thought that all nuclear warheads were equipped with safety measures. Some kind of detonation code that you have to input.
Oh, you mean PAL? Yes, of course, there is a PAL. It's set up so that you need to input 2 different passwords in order to launch the device.
There are 2 passwords?
Yes. Baker knows one, and I know one.
Baker? The president of ArmsTech?
That's right. Each of us needs to input our password, or there can be no launch. But they found out my password.
You talked?
Psycho Mantis can read people's minds. You can't resist.
Psycho Mantis?
One of the members of Foxhound. He has psychic powers.
This is bad.
It's just a matter of time before they get Baker's too.
If they find out Baker's password...
Yes, they'll be able to launch a nuke anytime. But there is a way to stop the launch.
What?
The card keys.
Card keys?
They were designed by ArmsTech, the system developers, as an emergency override. Even without the passwords, you can just insert the card keys and engage the safety lock.
And if I do that?
Yes. You can stop the launch.
That card key.
So where are the keys?
Baker should have them. Listen, you need 3 card keys. There are 3 different slots to put them in. You need to insert a card into each one of them.
Okay, 3 card keys. Do you know where they might be keeping Baker?
Somewhere in the 2nd floor basement.
2nd floor basement?
I heard the guards say they moved him to an area that has a lot of electronic jamming.
Any other clues?
Yes, they cemented over the entrances, but didn't have enough time to paint them. Why don't you look for the areas where the walls are a different color? Here, take this. It's my ID card. It'll open any level 1 security door. It's called a PAN card. It works together with your body's own electrical field.
Personal area network, huh?
It transmits data using the salts in your body as the transmission medium. As you approach the door's security devices, they'll read the data stored in the card.
And the doors will open automatically. Gotcha. Okay, I'm gonna get you out of here.
Wait a minute.
What is it?
You haven't heard any other way to disarm the PAL, have you? From your bosses or anyone?
No.
Are you sure you haven't heard anything?
I just said no.
So does the White House plan to give in to the terrorists' demands?
That's their problem. It has nothing to do with my orders.
But what about the Pentagon?
Pentagon? What is it?
Hey, what happened?
And we're back right on time.
Dead. Naomi, the
Chief, what happened?
I don't know. It looked like a heart attack, but
Yes, sir, that's the plan. The hardest part would be Snake Eater because I have to maximize all cutscenes, and I don't know if I remember all of them on top of my head. Probably have to read into that one. But yes, I will be streaming all of them. Right now, I'm like I said, I'm gonna end at the shootout scene after this, and then I'll be probably streaming later on in about a good 8 to 9 hours. I'm probably gonna be finished. I'd probably be finished by then. All right. What's up, son? He did. I think there's something here too. Yep, a ration. I need that. Some people say there's a boogeyman under the bed, but no, there's rations. Alright. I know you can peek through. Yeah. Like, nothing's happening. And you can actually see Meryl from here. Like, hello, I know you're waiting for me. What, you want me to just, like, walk outside with you holding that? You can also finish off enemies by just stunning them too, which is kind of funny, in case that you didn't get. Oh, thanks for the follow, man. I appreciate it. Thank you, thank you. Alright, here we go. Let's do this.
Don't move!
That's weird, it didn't, my follow didn't show up. Hold on, let me fix that real quick.
So you killed the chief, you bastard!
Yeah. Thanks for the follow, Ryder Spaceship.
No, you're not. Don't move!
She's shaking. Yeah, stun grenades work good
You
here.
ever pointed a gun at a person?
I remember that.
Your hands are shaking.
Sup, rookie?
Can you shoot me, rookie?
Careful, I'm no rookie.
Liar.
You're green.
That nervous glance. That scared look in your eyes. They're rookie's eyes if I ever saw them. You've never shot a person.
But you don't see eyes.
You talk too much.
You haven't even taken the safety off, rookie.
I told you I'm no rookie!
You're not one of them, are you?
There they come.
Open that door. You've got a card, don't you?
Why?
So we can get the hell out of here!
Looks like we'll be a little delayed.
Why would the DARPA chief only have a level 1 security card? Shoot! Oh yeah, that's right. Wait a minute. Okay. Let's clear these guys first. 3 bullets each. Got it. Reload. Stun grenade.
What are you waiting for?
Come on, shoot!
Don't talk to me like a rookie!
I'm telling you.
She's gonna scream. I love this scene, actually. Yeah! First blood! This shit becomes so hardened when it comes to Metal Gear Solid 4. It's kind of funny. Ah! That's right. Sup? What you got? SoCal bullets, rations. Okay, I'm gonna shoot these guys now. Those bullets. Those bullets. Ah! Yeah, shoot him. Good girl. Wait. Use this. Pick up a ration. Pick up the ration. There you go. Uh-oh. Nice. Oh, shit! Forgot about those. What? No more bullets? Okay. That was fun. Yeah. She walks. I remember the part of this mission where you have to look at their asses.
Wait.
Yeah, look at that. Yeah, she got a strut.
You fool! You've killed him!
I'm sorry, sir.
His mental shielding was very strong. I could not dive into his mind.
Now we'll never get that detonation code.
Boss, I have a good idea.
But is it though? Is it a good idea? Just covering fire. Look at her. Suddenly she has no problem like firing that weapon. Suddenly. Good girl. Yep.
Just like that.
Stairs to the rooftop, much later in the game. Oh yeah, huh? That's right. Although I've never used them. I'm sure I must have one time. But I've never used stun grenades up the stairs.
Naomi, I just had some kind of hallucination. Is it from the nanomachines?
No, Snake. The nanomachines are functioning properly.
So what was it?
It must have been psychometric interference coming from Psycho Mantis, Foxhound Psychic. Think of it as a mental feedback loop.
So that was Mantis.
Yeah, a very sad childhood. I hate the fact that they empty your SOCOM here, but I managed to save a few. Ah, that's right, you have to wear these every time. Forgot about that. You just keep running and throwing stuns, you won't even get shot or need to stop and kill anyone. Oh, really? Look at this guy. I think the first time I played this was a different version and they gave him underwear instead of like straight up butt crack. Alright, does she have anything under here? Nope, nothing. Alright. SOCOM bullets, and we're good. Alright. Wait. Out of curiosity, can I even see it? Yeah? The maps were just rendered wonderfully for a PlayStation 1 game. Okay. Oh yeah, that's right. I'm never gonna get used to that. Okay, so before I exit through here, I'm gonna make a few calls. Master. Cause some shit just went down.
Snake, you've got to think. Your mind is your most dangerous weapon. If things are getting too complicated, try to simplify your thoughts. You can also try calling Campbell for advice.
That's the funniest call, really. He goes like, you can do anything you want, but also call Campbell. He'll tell you what to do.
Snake, Psycho Mantis has the power to read people's minds. He got the DARPA chief's detonation code. Hurry up or he'll get Baker's code too.
That's right.
Actually, I already got the ration from there. Unless, yeah, that thing is hardly ever open. So, there's only like a small little space that you can hide, and then it's just like a ration. That's it.
I didn't know.
Really?
Snake, you've got to understand. I'm just the middleman in this operation. Anyway, hurry up and get to the second floor basement. You've got to save the Arms Tech president before the terrorists.
Ooh, this is gonna be first showdown with Revolver Ocelot. Nastasha.
Good. You found it so
Yeah, I'm not interested in that one actually. And let's save my Ling.
What can I do for you, Snake?
Save.
Snake, listen to what Lo Chi said. He who knows that enough is enough
That was
will always have enough.
Lao
Just because
Chi.
you see an item doesn't mean that you always have to get it. If you don't really need it,
Think twice before
Sorry,
you
I'm greedy.
out. It might not be worth it.
I'm greedy. I'm sorry. Okay, let's see. What else do I stream? You can check my page. I'm a multi-streamer, to be honest. Yeah, see, this thing is closed. There's nothing you can see there. But aside from these Metal Gear games, I usually stream Final Fantasy 14, which also tells you that sometime in the future I'll be playing some old Final Fantasy games. I also stream Overwatch and recently Monster Hunter. Yeah, I don't stream Fortnite like the rest. I like watching it. It's just not my kind of game. Oh, by the way, fun little tidbit. Back in the days of PlayStation, when you had a Game Shark, if you have the master level card, key card 6 or 7, if you enter here this early in the game, you automatically go to the cutscene Tortured, and your life is only that much. Pretty fun. Pretty fun. But you know what? I saved. I am going to call it, and I'll be back online in like between 9 to 10 hours. So it was fun. It was actually the first time. I also wanted to see how the layout was going, and you know, the layout actually looks really good. Metal Gear Survive. You know what? That just, to be honest, when I saw Metal Gear Survive, I'm like, I didn't like it at all. I've seen gameplay. It looks all right, but it looks like the same formula for other survival games, and plus, the fact that Hideo Kojima no longer works for Konami and they trashed this entire project. Even the fact that Metal Gear Solid 5 was an incomplete game. It was just not, it was sad. I mean, Metal Gear Solid 5, for all its problems with story, the gameplay is amazing. But it wasn't complete. I mean, the story was there, sure, but storytelling, the fact that you had to replay missions is just, it's ridiculous to me. But yeah, Metal Gear Survive, yeah, they're milking the Metal Gear. I mean, I think the latest best Metal Gear game out there is probably a pachinko machine. But otherwise, yeah, that's it. Anyway, Rhino, thanks for the follow, and you know, you can just drop back in the next 9 to 10 hours, and I'll be definitely on playing this again. And that's it from me. We can, you know what, Rhino, I'm gonna take it to a channel to a really good good streamer. Her name is Veggie Power Up. She's great. And let's go visit her right now. Let's see, how do you do this? All right, man, Rhino. Thanks. Good to, you know, I'll be hanging out in the chat for a little bit, so I'm glad I found a fellow Metal Gear Solid fan out there, man. I know there's a lot of us, but right now I'm playing the first ones. Some people even skip this, which I don't understand. It's kind of funny. Later.